Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the AlphaCraft server. My name is Ginerous and we are actually not flying into Durango at this minute. We are over here at the Bald Eagle, the railway tracks, the little campsite and the beautiful mountain that is coming together so well, by the way. Oh my god. This is looking a million times better. Indy and Marky, they're incredible. The amount of work these two have put into this is mind-blowing. Even look at the backside here. The backside's looking so good. There is a little bit more to do. There's obviously this whole front and side section here, and this little bit down here. But apart from that, the whole mountain is pretty much coming together super well. I have been a little bit busy off camera. I don't know if you're seeing it on the back section there. I have actually now added a tunnel into the mountain, so when the railway tracks come through, when they put the railway tracks in and the train comes through here, it'll come through a tunnel, which is perfect. I have also, on this side of the mountain, you can see I've moved the villager breeder here, just for now, because I have added this section here, where I have now got villagers in here, so where I can just buy loads of golden carrots for dead cheap to sell in the gold store. And eventually, I'm going to add a carrot farm and a potato farm in the back there. Maybe like 2 of each, just so we can fill these chests up so we can trade, which is perfect. But today, we are actually going to be working down here, in this section, the quarry. Basically, we've pretty much been done with the entire Durango. Oh, by the way, someone's changed over on this, the sign of Durango. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. They have changed the sign of Durango to a ground. I cannot believe that. Someone has came over and has decided to change the best town on the server into a ground. I can't believe that. So I'm going to keep it actually there for a few days, just so the prank stays up there for a little bit, and then I will actually change that back to Durango, because I'm sorry, that is the best name for this town, Durango, and we are keeping it as that, not a ground. Yeah, either way, I'm going to be working over in the quarry section today, because this is the one thing I actually want to get underway. I've been going through, by the way, countlessly gathering materials for this one build today, which is going to be nuts. We're not going to just do one build, I will do 2 builds for this today, but the one build is crazy big. And it takes up this whole section here almost. It's quite a big build. So we're going to be getting that done first, and obviously I'm not going to do that in a third person task. I'm going to do that in stages because there is so much to do in it. And then the next build, which I believe will be around here somewhere, we will do that in a third person time lapse. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move all the materials that are inside the storage room here down there, and then we can get underway with this. Okay, so I've moved all the items from up here to down here. There is about 17 shulker boxes with items that are going to be building in this, which is ridiculous, by the way, because this build is huge. I am going to have other builds inside this quite, by the way, again, which one we're going to do today, 3 which we'll do at another time. But what we're going to do first is I'm going to get this kind of left building mostly in place. I'll leave the roof off for now. I'll do it at the interior as well, and I'll cut back once I've done that. Okay, so I've gone through and I've added half the build in here. This has taken me quite a long time to be fair, even just to do the outside and the interior for this half of the build here, because I've got another whole building to build here, which is much bigger than this, by the way. But there is a bridge here that I've just started to connect the two, so that's only actually half the bridge. I need to do another half of this connecting onto this side here. If you have a little fly in here, so far, obviously you've got the bridge entrance there, you've got another staircase which is going to go higher up in this building. You've got this little storage section here, and then down here we've got this little bar section. So obviously once the miners obviously want to just come here and have a little drink, they can do. And you've got a little standing section out here, which eventually you'll see the rail tracks up there, potentially the second town, and you'll see some better looking mountains other than these ones right here. Close them off, there we go, perfect. So then you've got a little wine barrel, beer section stored here, and obviously then you've got the bar section here. And you've got seating area which you can obviously sit on and have a drink, which is perfect. But either way, again, this is only half the build. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the other half of this build in, and basically get the walls in for this, get the roof in place, and get the second part of the interior done for this half of the build. And then we will start working on the lower half of that build, and then the middle half, and then the roof after that. So I will get this done now, and I'll be back to you once I've done that. Okay, so I've gone through and I've finished off the whole of this build here. Obviously, this took me actually a while to build. God knows how long it's going to take me to actually build the rest of this here. But if I'm going to fly in, by the way, I'm going to fly in through the bridge here. If I can fly, there we go, perfect. So you've already seen this down here. Obviously, you've got the little bar section down here, the little extra like wine and like beer storage there. You'd have a little cooking section down there. Come up here. We've got some more storage units up here. Obviously, the bridge that will lead into the other building. And then if we come up top here, a little bit more storage. Back here, we have a little bedroom. Obviously, we can just like plot like the miners or whoever it is, like maybe a staff member that works here, can pull the stuff away in here, sleep here for the night. And if we come up here, they've got like their own little cooking section. Got like their own little like fire pot there, more storage, more books, and again more storage here. And obviously the birds down there to make any potions. But again, this is quite like a neat little design. I love this little design for this building here. Again, we've got this half of the build to build now, which is going to take a lot longer to build, I reckon, because it is just... It's about double, even triple the size of this building here. It's huge. Let's put it that way. It's quite big. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the first section in place here, then we'll get the next section in, and then we'll do the roof section after. So I'm going to get this bottom section in now, and I'll be back with you once that's built. Okay, so I've gone through and I've finished the first part of the build here. This will take me quite a while actually just to do this section alone and the interior inside here. Obviously this is all basically one big storage room. So we've got obviously a load of shelving units over here going right the way down. We've got all the barrels obviously that you can actually store items in. The spruce planks are meant to act as like crate that obviously that's been put on the shelf. And the scaffolding is the shelving unit itself. Like little gaps in, obviously in the wall where you can place items and stuff. You've got little crates down here, obviously that'll be moved eventually into like the storage section. On the outside here, if I have a little flyby, we have got a gold pile here and the start of a staircase going up as well between obviously each floors. Basically the staircase here, oh sorry, this gold pile here, sorry, not staircase. Gold pile here, there's going to be a building down there, which then there's going to be a conveyor belt going this way and going into the side of this building here, which then the items will get, obviously gold will get dropped onto here. And this obviously is like a platform that can get raised up and down by like this chain mechanic here. Comes down, move the gold, move the gold over onto the actual platform itself. Obviously then this gets raised up and moved into the smelting unit, which is going to be here next. Which is that's what exactly we're going to do. So I'm going to get this smelting unit in place now and get this the second part of the build in. And I'll be back with you once that's built. Okay, so I've gone through and I've added the second layer here. I'm not fully done with it, but the majority of it isn't. So obviously I thought I'd show you this now before we work on actually doing the rest of the roof and the access part up top here. But if we come in here, we've got this little balcony section over here again, looking over the whole of this side. We've got the whole gold pile here, obviously, which would come down, obviously, on the conveyor belt system up here. We brought from, obviously, where it'll be in the mine, come across to here, then up to here, then into here, ready for processing and smelting. Goes through a system, adds them onto like a conveyor belt system, going right the way down. Start the gold there, then move on to like, obviously, any stones to get rid of. Push the gold through here, obviously, put like, flying it all down using the pistons. There is no like gold slabs, so the next closest thing is sandstone slabs. Go through like a cooling system and then goes right the way down here into the end of gold pressure plates, obviously, which obviously is meant to act as gold bars. We've got a load of storage section over here, loads of barrel section over there, and more ore ready to be smelted or even like watered down here and cut down a little bit into smaller chunks. So this now, I am loving this, by the way. I'm really liking this whole conveyor belt system. This is probably my favourite thing of this whole build, to be honest with you. And on the outside, we have added more to the staircase here, so it is really starting to take shape and I am loving this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the rest of this build all done and dusted and I'll show you the full thing in just a sec. Okay, so I've gone through and finished off the whole build and that is what it looks like. It looks beautiful. It is absolutely gigantic, by the way, this build. Like, this has taken me quite a long time just to obviously get this whole thing fully finished. You go in here, obviously you've seen this before, seen like this nice little storage room, and then if we come up here and we go up the ladder here, this will lead us into this upper room here, which is like a little TNT storage room, and obviously more shelving units up here as well. But there has been a lot of stuff, by the way, since the last clip you've seen in this one, because the water there has all been cleared. Most of the landscape around this, all like the big pillars, they're all gone. Because I've had Jareen over here as well, and she's decided to come over and just, for the sake of it, come and help me and give me a hand, just ripping down all these little hills and mountains. So obviously I've got to say a massive thank you to Jareen for that, because she has helped big time with all of that. But what we're going to do now is we're actually going to work on a building here. I've already got all the materials down here. to build it. So there's actually not a lot to build this one. Nowhere near as much as this one, but it's still like somewhat of a big building here. But either way, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the foundation layer in place like we did this one. Do the foundation layer, then we'll do the middle layer, and then do the roof. And that'll probably be the episode after that. So I'm going to get the foundation layer in now. I'll be back with you once that's built. Okay, so I've gone through and I've added the first layer in here. This actually didn't take me too long to build, to be fair. Come inside the building. You've got like a little table at the front here, a little section for seating, and you've got a kitchen area here. Essentially, this building is going to be a housing unit, so this is where all the miners come from down there where the mine is. They'd come back around here, it comes this back corner here, and then sleep, where they can get a bit more peace and quiet during the night time. And then there'll be a staircase that goes start here, and then it's going to basically go up that way, and then lead up, say, into the second section here, which will obviously have all the bunk beds that all the miners would sleep in. But yeah, this first section was obviously easy to build. It's on stilts at the back here, because the landscape, which to be fair, I actually do quite like them being on stilts. And zombie, wherever you are, be quiet. But yeah, either way, what we're going to do now is we're going to basically carry on. I'm going to do this in the middle section now, get that in place. Maybe we can get it to start like where the bunk beds are, and then obviously we finish off with the roof there. So I'm going to get this middle section now, and I'll be back for you once that's built. Okay, so I've gone through and I've added in the second layer here. This didn't take me actually too long to do, to be fair. But if you come inside the building here and then go up the staircase, which is now done. There we go, perfect. You can see I've started adding in the bunk beds here. So there's going to be basically 3 bunk beds on top of each other. So you've got the bottom one here, there'll be one, the next one is going to be here. And there'll be one more on top of that, and that'll be all 3 of them. And obviously this will go 7 times going the way down. So you should have a total of 21 beds. And then you've got obviously outside here, a little balcony where you can look over and see the rest of the mine buildings eventually once they get placed into there. And if you come on the back side here again, you have another upper balcony over here. Obviously one down below there, one other one here, looking over the water and cave section back here along with the portal up there. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish the rest of this off. So I'm going to get the rest of the bunk beds in, get the rest of the walls in, get the roof in place, and then I will show you the whole thing in just a minute. Okay, so I've gone through and I've finished off the whole build, and if you come inside here, I will show you what it looks like again from the whole downstairs upwards. So we've got a little living space down here, a little lounge area there, kitchen there, along with storage, up the staircase, and into the bedroom essentially where all the bunk beds are, where all the miners would sleep. And then if we come down this end, you've got a little bit of shelving unit over there, more storage here. Then up here, if you want a little bit of peace and quiet and do some reading, you can come up here and stay up there and sleep up there along with some reading and some storage as well, which is lovely. I really like this building, by the way, and I'm actually not showing it from the outside. So let's get out here and see if we can do some little flying trick. Here we go, perfect. So from up top here, we have now got a second building in place in the quarry, which is looking it's making this whole area look 10 times better than what it originally did. Nice open flat area. As well, as I say, we're going to have to eventually get all these buildings down here built as well. But as I did off today's episode, there for another episode. But anyway, I actually am going to have to end the episode here. If you guys have enjoyed this, make sure you smash the like button down below, and if you hit that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. But I'll catch you all on my next video. See ya!